Your creator just sent me a message. Now remember I told you, you got to look at your entire environment around you. That your creator is communicating in many ways. Sometimes you have also the evil angelic forces communicating things as well, right? But a lot of times also your creator is communicating through us through visual, through the music, the songs. As I said, remember, in my other video I said, decode your reality and in our spiritual reality, okay? So you gotta listen to music. It's all there. You know what I mean? Even that when the Revelations is written in pink. In Party Like It's 1999, the song by Prince. It's all been there, and that's what blows my mind is that this creator is so amazing. How much, or creators, I got to put, because they're actually probably, I don't know. I don't want to go down that right now, but anyway, I'll stay focused here because we need to talk about that later. But anyway. So you got to realize all the music, the art, it's been going on for 1,000 years. Been telling you about our reality that's been hidden from us. It's his story, it's his story. So we do the best we can trying to unpeel all these layers of the onion, all the rabbit hole. See, even Easter is about the bunny, the rabbit in the hole. Okay. That is part of this whole thing that I'm trying to explain to everybody. Why is it a rabbit? And why is Easter with, related to Jesus and all these things? And the rabbit hole, don't you get it? That is another a message that, Alice in Wonderland, the rabbit hole, right? Even the rabbit on Winnie the Pooh. I'm sorry. Go on about it. It's okay. So realize you got to understand, even Alice in Wonderland has things about our spirituality. All does. I told you the Three Bad Wolves has a thing about the wolf, Satan, this evil, this, things, and that, right? It's in our nursery rhymes. It's in our music. It's in our art. It's in everywhere. It's been tiny everywhere. If you're not awake to this, oh my gosh, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I was asleep too, so, we've been brainwashed by the system, all these other things. Yes, I get it. But man, once you see one of those things, then everything's true. Right? It's like people with even the Mandela effect. I had one say, well, that's true, but that doesn't mean that this Mandela effect is real. And somebody told me that one time because I was confused with the Mandela effect. I said, if one is true, that means there's probably many that are true, right? So if one thing is true, then a lot of things are true, right? Doesn't mean all of them are true, but it means that the effect is true, right? So anyway, so here I am, and I'm going to show you this. What does that say? I'm going to sit here for a second and let you think about it. I'm sorry, I got coughed. But it's even got a shoe with a wing on it, right in the middle. I'm going to tell you exactly what your creator or the angels of the side are telling you, because you can see it right ready. God, G-O-D, ye, or, you, are. God, you are. Guess what, my friends? You are gods. You are gods. Now, I know it sounds blasphemy to the Christians, and they would say, oh my goodness, Kirk and his fellow spiritual family and friends are claiming they're gods. Yes, that is true. Because even the Lord, Jesus, Joshua, whatever, said, it's because when he's getting attacked, he said, only if you knew you were gods, you wouldn't do this. But instead, he gets and dies on the cross for us. That's sad, folks. Because they wouldn't have done that if they understood. Because I understand these things now. See, this entire world, even if you don't take a spiritual world aspect of it, look at this. Look at the buildings, the structures, the gas pumps, the neon signs. If man would use their godly knowledge and care and respect, that this world would be completely different than what I'm seeing today. We might not have gas pumps, for example, that we would have had electrical solar panels. You come up and swap batteries out or whatever and just be on the dang road again, right? We would have, maybe, I'm going to go further in this. Maybe you would have, instead of this building, it would be made out of some kind of electrical water grid, like an aquarium tank around it. I'm trying to get really far-fetched, but this is real. Because we could have created whatever we wanted here. We could have had, you know, a dome with beautiful fish swimming around the Circle K. We could have had, you know, I'm trying to give an example, you know, underground terrains that go into, you know, have lighting that goes into grasslands underneath there. I mean, or even something that's nice that doesn't obscure the mountains, but something that has solid glass, that everything would be more of a, you know, like, you know, I'm trying to give an example. I mean, just use your imagination, right? Whatever we imagined, we could have made this world. And what did we do? What did we do? We created a strip mall clear across the most beautiful God-given land in the world. One of them. They're all beautiful in their own way. But we made a continuous piece of concrete, a black top. Get it? Black top. We could have had, you know, at the right, you know, we could have had brick or marble or something else, more thing, or something else. Is the cost there? Well, society finds a way of making things efficient and equitable. We could have come up with some kind of a sand structure where you put some kind of natural residency that turns that into just a nice paved type of reddish, goldish, or whatever color of streets, that some kind of material. Because what we explore using our materials was what we build with, right? Just like, you know, they always said that you use local resources to build the things you had. So if you had trees, you built, you know, in Colorado, you built cabins, right? So you could have used some kind of sand material to make something beautiful versus this, you know, I don't need to go there. We're not engineering. We could engineer the world we wanted, working together, something more beautiful, right? And sometimes just we have some nasty, understand the beauty. It's the duality. I get it. But anyway, so even in that aspect, we are gods because we could have created the world, a heaven here on earth, the way we wanted, with nice, peaceful, and things, all these other things, right? If we would have done it right, but we didn't do it right, did we? So anyway, so you are a god, right there. O-E is the one that's taken out, folks. There can be coincidences and mistakes out there, but I'm telling you right now, from my experience, you better look around you, because your creator and the angels, they're talking all the time, because we're at the end of times in the beginning. So they're talking to every one of us more and more, right? There's a brother even in Nashville, Tennessee. He said that one of these lights was flickering, you know, flicking back and forth. It's Spaced Out Productions. He's a great gentleman. And I couldn't decode it, but there's probably some kind of communication there. It's like even in the Mandela effects, there is communication. They have certain meanings. Like I told you, different strokes with apostrophe means diff, rent. You know, your children are for rent. You know, they're being rented. You know, it's a laugh at us. You know. So anyway, there was something else I want to add to this. I don't want to make it too long. That I was going to tell you about. But everything you see here is spiritual. Everything. Street names, numbers, you know, and don't get too deep into these. Because like I said, you can go so deep in those rabbit holes, you spend the rest of your life just studying this, probably street corner. I kid you not. And don't make correlations. I have brothers say, well, if you take 35, you add it plus 2, do Gematria code, this, blah, 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 and 3900 west. That's the street. You can't see what I'm talking about. I can't zoom in, darn it. Well, anyway, you can go overwhelmed, because the most important things are that we kind of have a basis, keep it simple, stupid, kiss it, that we understand that we are here to make a difference. We're here for the change. We're going to bring in a new peace, a new earth, a new love. And, you know, that's the most important things that we got to take care of. You know, we should ask ourselves the why, though, like a Mandela effect. Why? Nobody's asking why. Got to keep asking those whys. Like I said, you got to go beyond the Christian Bible. It's not like we're trying to throw it away and says it has nothing good. No, you've got to keep going beyond. Okay, you got to understand the cauldron. You got to understand the elements on the elemental chart. Okay, and that's just something I'm learning recently. So that's why I don't want to talk a lot about it, because I'm still learning some of these element charts. You got to understand some of the stories, Alice in Wonderland, and what was we talked about that. Sometimes these are going to be evil things, but you know what? Don't run away from that evil things, because evil is teaching what is sometimes true, right? And sometimes what is good can be bad. It's teaching something bad, right? So you got to keep your mind open, keep your spirit open, and keep that all in line, right? because there are lies everywhere, right? So that's the thing is. Also, anyway, there was one last thing I was going to tell you. Darn it, I thought it was important. Well, maybe I'll put it in the comment or something like that. Anyway, we are in a scorcher here in Phoenix, 98 degrees today. I'm from Colorado, and that's a warm one. They said it's unusually warm. Well, the world's unusual right now, isn't it? Oh, and that's another thing, too, is I got to tell you. I don't mean to keep going on this. I'd like to do another YouTube about the difference of the Mandela effect of these people. I am telling you, these people are so different. I mean, people in general, because of all the changes that happened the last couple of years, and there's a change that's going to happen naturally by this, things, and that. But I'm telling you, I mean, could you have dropped me and you, well, we're all melanin affected, in place that is even more different than this place? I kidding me. The tattoos, the behaviors, I mean, I just don't know what to think about it. I mean, seriously, I'm constantly walking on eggshells, not because I'm nervous, just my eggshells because I don't know how to respond to these people. I mean, the way they dress, the way they act, they're like sheeple. They have no thing, and you say one wrong word, they take offense to it. This is not my old Earth with Orion or whatever versus Sagittarius. Like I said, we can worry about that all day long. It doesn't matter. I'm sitting here with my feet on the ground, and so apparently many of us were moved or whatever. The time changed or rippled for a reason, right? And you can blame it on CERN. You can blame it on time travelers. You can blame it on this and that. But you know what? It does not matter, because like my mother sometimes, she goes, well, you're still here. And see, because you got to realize that we saw some land masses that disappeared because there was geographic changes, just disappear. Where'd those people go? Right? See, everybody talks about some of that land masses have been modified or added or changed, and you got to ask yourself, where did those people go? Right? Did they go onto another dimension reality? No, because we're moving to what I think is the singularity. And I need to do a YouTube where I can actually describe from all the different resources that I've talked to about, because I've talked to a brother in Boise, Idaho. He was very close to NASA, and his parents were NASA. Well, he's got a lot of knowledge. He's been in the pyramids. He's very intelligent. He's wide awake almost. What I mean by almost is he's still not listening to me about decoding your reality a little bit further. He's getting there. He's getting there. It's like he's been listening to Quantum Conscience, and Quantum Conscience is a very good young gentleman. He's got some great info, okay? So long, but it's very important that I think we understand some of these things, because, we got to understand what our exit is and also what our entry is to making a difference, okay? So, that's why I'm peeling these layers, because I got to make sure I'm on the right path and right move, because we don't want to wake up in a nightmare and say, oh, we made the wrong mistakes, right? Because I don't have a time machine to unripple with my mistakes, and I don't want to misguide or mislead anybody as my well, because I will not forgive myself. See, like even this mobile, there's got to be communication of the all-seeing 0-O-I, 0-0-O-E, all I, red I, and Bill M. Obil, right? And there's been a lot of changes in the sign of that it used to be, my old reality used to have an E at the end, if I'm trying to remember. I talked to other people about this. It used to be mobile, and it's always like a weird name to me. And in my old reality, I mean, the spelling is even different, right? So, but that's okay, because we don't need to go down the Mandela effect stuff, because I mean, sometimes we might want to be decoding, but everybody's talk about this change, that change, this change, that change, this change, that change. Well, I want to hear the whys. Now I'm starting to come jumping all over the place about the people, though, and I need to talk more about that when I can, because I've been analyzing through just trying to keep an open mind. I mean, it's just completely different people. I'll be honest, they make me nervous, because they're sheeple. They're like agents of the Matrix. They can't think. And if you ask them questions, you get really strange answers. I mean, just unusual. Because even basic stuff like how long you've lived in Arizona, you always get this like pause, like not like it's like the wheels are spinning, and then you'll get some kind of weird response, or sometimes, like I said, there's something to get angry about, just asking basic questions that didn't seem a problem. Oh, I've lived in Arizona for 10 years or something. You'll get this pause, like, well, why are you asking? Or, well, it's like it's this weird communication disconnect, like static electricity going off in their brains. It's weird. And you're talking about movies even. I mean, I have people that they claim they never even seen Star Wars or Over the Rainbow. I mean, not Over the Wizard of Oz. I'm like, really? And we're talking people that are in my age group. I'm like, really? How is that possible? Because the people in Africa even watched, they said it was one of the most watched movies in the world was Wizard of Oz, or even the story. And you get this blank stare like I never even heard of it. I mean, what planet did they come from? Are you kidding me? And there's the problem is none of these people are going to stand up. We're being taken over by these agents called NPC Solus because, man, they do not care. And the ones that say they will, I've seen them turn cowards in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. I mean, we got a battle, my friends. Because not only do you have an intellectual battle of them even using their brains and thinking and waking up, you got a battle of not being a coward. You know, just not even standing up for your human rights. This goes beyond religious rights. Your human rights. I mean, they're taking all the rights away from these people. The freedom of speech, freedom of this, freedom of that, freedom of this, freedom of that. I mean, they're so locked down. And wake up. It's not even if you go even beyond the spiritual warfare, it's your human warfare. You got to fight. Because you have three options in this world, as I always said. You can lead, you can follow, or get out of the way. And somebody said, well, get out of the way is losing. Follow the right ones, you follow the right leaders, because if you follow the wrong ones, then it's the same thing as doing nothing because you just supported the wrong thing. So we got to lead by example, every one of us. We got to be a team. We got to lead these people out of here and fix this. Seriously, we got to lead. Because I'm going to lead. Because I ain't going to follow this beast system. No way. Lead, follow, get out of the way. Get out of the way, get out of my face, get out of my way, because I'm coming. And I know you too will, my friends. Because that's our only options. And we that's our only options. Because we're just going to sit here and just, doing nothing. Just watching it roll by. It's going to be bad. Now, we do know that there's a timing, and we got to be patient, and that the other side's going to help us, the good side. But we still have to be awake and ready and implement our plans of action, okay? We've been scattered all over. We can't, it's not like we can just sit down at a festival and spend on a reason. Sit down and just start talking at the local Denny's or whatever, or dinner. That we've been separate on purpose, and now we're starting to unite. And we're going to be the force. Remember, we don't need a lot of us. Some say it's 144, some say it's 184. I mean, it doesn't matter. Because with your Creator, we know, looking at history through different means, scriptures and things like that, it only takes a handful to make a difference. A handful. And there's stories about that, right? It only takes a handful to make a difference in this world. And that's what we got to do, okay? All right, sorry this is so long, and I got to get moving, but anyway, have a blessed evening, and best wishes, okay? Love you all.